All right, happy, what is today? Today's Wednesday.
Baby.
It's comic book day.
New comic book day, brother. Dead Rabbit, The Walking Dead, Infinity Wars. Don't get me started.
Batman.
So many good titles. Is Batman coming out? I didn't
Batman
look at the
comes out
DC
today.
list.
Yeah.
I know we got an Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff
Marvel
coming out in the
Knights,
comic world today.
Yeah, 25th anniversary or something like that of Marvel Knights, man. Donnie Cates killing whatever he touches.
Yep. But I'm sure those of you that want to talk about Maggie are like, I don't read comics. What do you... Maggie, what the hell? Poor Maggie. Lowering. All right, so we just found out recently that, and of course, spoilers for the new Walking, whatever. Maggie, I thought Maggie's last episode was going to be episode 6. I had read that from many different sources, and then you text me yesterday and were like, "This was Maggie. That was Maggie's last episode too." And
that's what I read on IGN.
I'm like, "What the hell?"
I don't know if it was disinformation or not, but yeah, I mean, not much of a send off for her.
I read it a couple of different places, man, like the Washington Post and comicbook.com. Yeah, I read it a lot of places. So. What the hell? Maggie was, I mean, there's things that if you know, please fill us in. I haven't seen anything as to, like, the reasoning behind it other than she just, was ready to leave. Now, she is open to return, but Maggie deserved her own episode. You know what I mean? She's a season 2 character. She's been there practically since the beginning, man.
She did, and I wonder if maybe this is kind of. I wonder if she left on terms not the rosiest kind of terms. Like,
right.
They're just like kind of F you, Maggie. You
seem to have that a lot in this show. You seem to have a lot of, like Carl. Like, I know Carl did appear on a goodbye video to Andrew Lincoln. It was very quick. He was just like, oh, it sucks you're dead. Bye. But also Dale was on that video. That was
he
cool.
really?
Yeah, it was a lot of T-Dog was on the video. It was great seeing some old characters.
I gotta check this out.
But I've heard that Steven Yeun and Carl, like Chandler Riggs, I've heard that they're not on the best of terms with AMC. Seems like people, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but it seems like people aren't happy being killed off the show, or they don't go about it the best way or something, because they seem to sever ties with some of their people,
It seems people, definitely not leaving under good circumstances. I think maybe just Lauren Cohen, leaving to be on another network, wanting to do her own thing.
Yeah, she's on another show that's starting, and I knew the name right up until I cut on the mic.
Right. But from what I've read, Angela Kang is very open to continuing Maggie's storyline in one way or another. She said it has a lot to do with lawyers and contracts. And
managers.
So, I mean, I guess it's not just, like, hey, come on over for a couple episodes and then go back to your other show. I guess it's pretty complicated.
I hate to tell Lauren Cohen, man, but this is not the time to leave. And she couldn't have known that, obviously, I guess, in the back when I guess she made the decision that she wanted. But what it was she wanted the pay raise, which is understandable. She's she wasn't making near as much as Andy and Norman, and while I know they were the stars, and I could understand one arguing that, they have more screen time or whatever, but she still deserved good pay. I mean, she was a pivotal part of the show. Everyone
absolutely
loves Maggie.
Now, especially without Rick, I mean, you
she would have been a great lead. Her and Michonne, a lot of, good candidates there, which they say they're not going to have a lead. It's going to be spread out, but, whatever. We could see that Game of Thrones style. They've done great getting us kind of prepared for that, of like not one central character and multiple interesting storylines happening with other people. But man, Maggie, I don't know. I feel cheated. Maggie deserved, the last time we saw Maggie, I didn't think it was going to be the last time. I would have paused it or something.
I guess a lot of people are saying this ABC show she's doing is going to be a big fat flop.
I've heard that,
and that The Walking Dead's basically a safety net, because she
come back into the safety net, Lauren. Come on back, please. Yeah. We love you as Maggie, and Maggie has grown so much as a character. This is a terrible time for her to go out. And then on top of that, with Angela Kang just killing it the way she is this season's been so good. Really, now's not the time for Maggie to leave and stay gone.
Was she going to be on some kind of like CSI sort of cop drama?
I guess, man. They all kind of bleed in together for me. I don't really watch
so many of them. I mean, if she was going to be on like HBO True Detective sort of show, you know, something that was really kind of edgy.
Well written and deep.
Yeah, exactly. But just some network, I don't know.
Run-of-the-mill cop show, you know.
Which I get maybe when she was, you know, looking to jump ship, it was when the Walking Dead was kind of, you know, not on the best footing. But now, as you said, I mean, we're back, baby.
I feel like it was one of those things where, you know, you try to get a raise from your job, so you go out and you apply and they offer you a job, so then you can take that back to your boss and you're like, well, look, this company's offering me this, make me an offer, make me want to stay, and then your boss doesn't try to make you stay and they're just like, oh man, well, best of luck, and you're like, well, damn it, now I have to go work at this job. So I hope that she comes back, man. Angela King, like you said, has said she's perfectly, you know, fine with wanting Maggie. She's definitely got more stories she can tell for Maggie. Come back, Lauren.
Yeah, and it just sucks because, I mean, the money is a crucial factor in these network shows. I mean, they have a larger viewership because, you know, they're not necessarily, you don't have to buy the big $200 cable package to watch ABC.
Right.
And they have, you know, more and bigger advertisers. So, I mean, I know Charlie Sheen was making like $1 million an episode on 2.5 Men. Obviously, she's not going to start making that kind of dough. But, I mean, if you really want to make the money, I think the network programs are the way to go.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, I don't know, man. But as far as like the show, how do you think they're going to address this? How are they going to write her off? I mean,
being that, then that might have had something to do with the time jump.
Because it's not like she can just fly off in a helicopter too. I mean, where is there to go besides the hilltop, the kingdom, the sanctuary, or Alexandria?
Right.
I mean, do you think she's just going to go back down to Georgia and try to like rebuild the farm?
I think that she's going to travel around with Georgie. I think that Georgie's going to have came back, and we heard that a couple episodes ago, we heard that Georgie's been trying to get Maggie to go with her. She likes Maggie. She sees something in Maggie, and she's been trying to get her to go with her. So being that we're jumping 6 years in the future, that's very easy from a writing standpoint, just to have someone mention, like Jesus, you know, to mention, which is interesting because who's running the hilltop now? Because Maggie's still running it in the comics. So I wonder who they're going to put in that role. Probably Jesus. I don't know, though. We'll see. But
it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, she's got a young kid now. She's just going to grab her little kid and be like, let's get in a van with these strangers. And
realistically speaking, which Georgie's managed to stay alive somehow, so obviously they're doing something right. Yeah. But I don't think I would want to take my child on the road in this world. I would much rather, you know, have somewhere we can call home at the end of the night, which maybe Georgie does. Maybe there is a central base somewhere else, and she rides out a little bit and she goes back to which. But if that's the case, she could have just maybe done that from the hill. I don't know. We're going to find out, but we still always love to speculate. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she is part of a larger group, but even still, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs. If it was just Maggie, that'd be one thing, but her and her little kid, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be mentioned in passing because, like I said, we're picking up 6 freaking years later. Biggest time. I mean, that's jumping further in time than we've gotten on the show so far. You know what I mean? We're going further ahead than we had gotten at this point. So I think that it's going to be mentioned in passing. Jesus, somebody will be like, well, ever since Maggie left to, you know, Maggie, and she named her child Herschel, right?
Right.
Ever since Maggie and Herschel left to go with Georgie, you know, we've had to deal with this. So they're going to somehow mention that. I think they'll give us like a brief. But man, it's just, I you know what? As much as I love Rick, and I do, Rick's my man. It's my favorite character on the show. Maggie is so important, and I think Maggie's a character that everybody likes for the most part. I've never met someone that's like, I hate Maggie. You know, you've got some people who love this character. Everybody genuinely liked Maggie, you know, if they didn't love her. So it's like, she deserves some kind of, I don't know, something alongside Andy Lincoln. You know, I know that he was the star and this was him bowing out, but I mean, I thought that was going to be perfect. He got episode 5. And then she got episode 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. Maggie will have her own episode where she says goodbye. And, you know, maybe we'll go back through some of the memories. You know, she'll say goodbye to everyone. I was just in my head picturing all these cool ways they could have, because she wasn't dying, obviously. So her goodbye would be a little bit different, which, you know, Rick didn't end up dying either, but that's what we thought. But you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel kind of cheated.
So I
feel Maggie got kind of cheated, more so than me. But
I wonder if that's just a big FU from the executives. You know,
it could be. It very well could be.
Yeah, especially if she's angling for more money. I mean, nothing makes sour grapes more than trying to negotiate for bigger money, especially as the ratings are declining. I mean, it's not like a few seasons ago when they just kept going up and up and up. I mean, at this point, they're like, we're trying to rebuild this thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So.
I don't know, man. If you know something, please tell us. We've just read a few articles. We don't know everything there is to know. So please, if there's something we're missing, something more to why Maggie, because I think everyone had thought Rick's last episode was episode 5, Maggie's last episode was episode 6, and I hated her leaving, but I was cool with that. Like, okay, well, man, that's going to be 2 intense weeks back to back, man. We're going to lose Rick, and then we're going to have to say goodbye to Maggie.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought Rick was definitely going to die, and we knew Maggie wasn't. But even still, it was like, man, big things happening in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and I didn't even mean to stumble upon this. I mean, yeah, I knew she was leaving, but I was just reading an article more or less about Rick. Rick's final episode, and they threw that in the article. By the way, it was Maggie's last episode too, and I was like,
that's well, you text me that, and then one of our listeners, Tudor the Walking Dead, actually commented and told us that. And after you had told me, then they told me, and I was like, I asked them, I'm like, no, I thought it was supposed to be 6, just hoping for. And they were like, nope. They said we all thought that, but
crazy. And
it sucks, man. It's just kind of like you know what I feel like? I feel like how some people on The Office might have felt when Michael left. Remember how it knocked? Spoiler alerts, but my God, if you haven't watched The Office yet, man, just stay off the internet. But Michael leaves he leaves a day before he's supposed to leave. He tells everybody, like, I can't remember the exact day, but say he's leaving on Thursday, but he leaves on Wednesday, without having to tell him. That's kind of how we feel with Maggie. We thought she was leaving on this day, but instead she left on this day. Just quietly slipped out. And we were none the wiser.
And I mean, at least with Michael Scott, Pam got to run to the airport and give him a big hug.
Right.
But there ain't going to be no big hug.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see Jesus run to the airport with his shoes in his hand and give her a big hug as she flew away.
I mean, you think it's going to be like they're going to be, well, she was so racked with guilt over her part and what happened to Rick.
Well, I think no. I think what it's going to be
motivation for leaving.
The closure with Negan. I think that's going to be her motivation. She started something with the killing Gregory, Oceanside executed people. But then when she went to, so I mean, yeah, you're kind of right, but I wouldn't say racked with guilt. I think that she's going to realize, she understands now why Rick was locking Negan up, because Negan is way worse than he would have been dead. At least dead, he's freed. He's not suffering and rotting in a jail cell, having to face everything he's done, and just all he has time to do is think. So he's just constantly miserable. And I think that now having that closure and not needing to be tied down, waiting for her opportunity to kill Negan, is what's going to set her free. She's got a lot she wants to sort out, a lot she wants to learn, a lot of knowledge to share. And so Georgie's going to convince her, like, hey, you're smart. You've got a lot of knowledge to share. Look at what you've built here, which she didn't build it. She just kind of came in and well, she's built things since. So what you've built here,
that's for sure.
And come with me and let's do that for the rest of the world. And I think that Maggie, for the story's sake, is like, yeah, okay. And she went.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I could see that if not for her having like a toddler,
Yeah, that does throw a kink in everything.
Seems a little weird, but
I can't imagine she would have left the toddler.
I would hope not. I mean, who's going to raise a toddler?
Jesus would be a good dad.
I think so.
I'm really hoping with Maggie out of this. Now, nothing would make me happier than for this all to be a ruse and she come back this episode. But with Maggie gone, let's get some Jesus time, man. Jesus is such an awesome character in the comics. He is absolutely my favorite character from the comics. And I mean, that's saying something. Rick Grimes is still in the comics, and I love Rick Grimes. On the show, Rick Grimes is easily my favorite character, followed by Michonne, and then it goes down the list. In the comics, Jesus is my favorite character. He's just such a great character. He plays a very pivotal role. He's just like an all-around great guy, and he's a badass. You don't mess with him unless you want to catch those feet to the face because he's a kicking sumbitch.
Yeah, man.
So I want more badass Jesus. So, and the actor playing him, I wasn't very happy when I saw him because back when they cast him, because I was like, why do they keep casting these little guys? Like, Jesus isn't huge, but I mean, he makes fun of Rick for looking like, because he looks at Rick and he's like, what are you, like 120 pounds soaking wet? No, you're missing a hand. You must be a badass if these people follow you. And so when they cast him but then once it got to going, I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's good. He's playing a good Jesus. I can get down with that. Give us more of him now. You've got the opportunity, so let's hope we get more Jesus going forward. Because like I said, I like the guy playing him. I like him in the show. We just don't get enough of him.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to have to at this point.
We did see like the preview you hadn't seen yet, but we do see a badass preview of Jesus like kicking, and he's got a sword, and he does like this slow motion, like flipping rotation slice thing in the air. And I'm like, that's comic book Jesus. Give us that. But yeah, so, I mean, I know she's never going to hear this, but we think if she never does come back, we thank Lauren Cohen for, 2 through 9. So she gave us, like, what's the 8 seasons, 8 good seasons of Maggie. Maggie Green / Ree. I mean, it's going to feel a little empty without. It was already going to feel empty without Rick. Now it's going to feel a little empty. We just better hope Denai Guerrero don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
If she leaves, I mean, you and I, like some of our favorite characters are gone now. So what are we going to do?
We've got these new characters coming in the last part of the previous episode, that Judas saved.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be good.
So if you know anything about the Maggie situation, please, please, please fill us in the comments section. And if there's enough info that we need to share, maybe we'll do another podcast in a couple of days. But don't forget, tomorrow's going to be the last day that we're going to be able to make podcasts because I'm on the road Friday, and I'll be actually one of our loyal listeners, Jeep. I'll be out your way. I'll be in South Carolina on Surfside, Myrtle Beach,
maybe you guys can hang out
for the next 4 days. But so yeah, it's going to be, but so I won't be back until like Tuesday. So we're trying to get a lot of content out this week. So one thing I'm very excited. I wanted to wait till the end of the podcast to share this because, I know a lot of people that don't listen get irritated if they click on it and then we yap for 10 minutes about something not related to the title of the video. And they're like, what the hell? So now that we've, ended talking about Maggie, I've got some exciting news for you guys. You ready?
What is it?
Are you ready? Oh, man.
I am.
JP and I spent an hour playing the Telltale Walking Dead's Michonne.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the massages. But yeah, we did that. We did that as well. And they were both fun. I enjoyed both. And I feel much better.
Damn right you enjoyed it. I'm turning you into a gamer yet.
I don't know about that now, but
but it was fun. The Michonne game is great. It's a little slower, I will admit, compared to the other ones. I think the other ones had better stories. This is just kind of showing you where Michonne went in the comics during that little period where she had kind of just walked off and before she came back. But yeah, we did play that. Now that's going to take longer to edit. So I don't know. That'll be up either tonight or tomorrow at some point. Be looking for that. Also tomorrow, we're going to have a new mail call. And I've got some details on Rick's movies.
Do you really?
I do. So if we have time tomorrow, which we very well might not have time tomorrow. I already got 2 podcasts we got to do, and then throw in a third one. It might not happen. But it's not a very long discussion.
We're going to do our best.
But I've got a little info that I found on the internet about Rick's upcoming trilogy movie thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So lots of content on the way. We thank you so much. If you're new to the channel and you've made it this far, obviously you don't hate us that bad. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button for Walking Dead content. We are not the Walking Dead authority by any means, but if you love to talk about The Walking Dead, that's kind of what we do. And again, don't forget under this video, if you've got a question, hashtag it, mail call, something so that we can see it. And we're going to try to get all of them. You guys have been awesome and left so many of them that I'm almost promising you we're going to leave out a few. But if we don't get your question, just ask it again. The best place to leave them, honestly, is under the mail call videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can just go to those each week and look through the questions under there, whereas now I have to go through each podcast we did and search for mail call amongst the comments. So if we don't answer your question, please repeat it under that mail call video, and I can promise you it'll get answered.
And if you happen to be at the North Carolina Comic Con in Durham this weekend, I'll be there Friday. So
Well, I can't complain too bad. JP has been so kind, and which you've always been good to me with Comic Cons. JP's always brought me back some cool stuff. But JP is going to take something of probably my Gideon Falls #1 and get it signed by Jeff Lemire. I'm like a schoolgirl giddy about that, man. To be able to, then if you do that, I am getting it graded. I'm going to get it sent off. Graded.
Yeah, same here with the I'm getting Black Hammer #1.
Lucky ass. I wish I had. I just started that maybe 6 months ago. You let me borrow the first 2 trade paperbacks, and I've gotten like 5 or 6 issues, so they come out monthly. So yeah, it's hard to believe it's been like 6 or 7 months since I read it.
And if maybe he's gonna have some cool like Virgin variants or something he'll be selling.
Hook me up, man. Hook me up. You know I'll pay you back if I have to. But so anyways, thank you so much for listening. You will have lots of content coming out tomorrow, a possibility of 3 or 4 different podcasts / videos, man. We're going to hold you over for the days that we're gone. So I'm Justin.
Oh, and I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.
And we'll see you later.